Hello friends, welcome back to Geology with YD. So today I am going to tell you the last part, that is part 6 of CIPW norm form calculation. So you have done study from part 1 to part 5 and today is the last part, and from today you will be understanding everything and you can solve any CIPW norm form very easily. So others still, if you guys have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section, no problem. So now without wasting time, we will start the video. So let's start it. Okay friends, this is example number 6. So I will be telling you first the percent analysis. That is, I have written 41.88, 24.52, 7.77, 11.1, 11.21 of MGU, 30.23 of CAO, then 0.12, 0.50, 0.80, 0.27 of TiO2 and 0.28 of MNO. So you can see it here, it is written the same. And going to the first step, it is the last part of CIPW norm form. So you already know the first step is calculation of molecular proportion. You know the formula. So using this formula, percent analysis divided by molecular weight into 1000, I have find out here molecular proportion I have written here. So here I got FeO is 108 and 4 I have taken from MNO according to second formula. Convert all MNO to FeO. So I have choose this 4 to add DIC plus 4 I have taken. So it is 112 now. Okay. Now going to the third step is we have to calculate from downside till illuminate. As I told you, this first we calculate calcite, then apatite, then pyrite, then illuminate, then we will jump to magnetite and then to hematite. So I will tell you how is it. It is, we'll do calcite. We will climb from calcite till illuminate and then we'll jump to magnetite, okay, and then we'll come back to hematite. So can we make calcite? No, because we don't have CO2. Can we make apatite? No, because we don't have P2O5. Can we make pyrite? Because we cannot make, because we don't have S2. Can we make ilmenite? So yes, we have TiO2 and FeO. So we will make it fast. How much it is? We can make it 3 because we have 3 TiO2 and 3 we have 1012 FeO. So we have made it. Okay. So after doing magnetite, we can make hematite. We cannot make because we don't have Fe2O3. You can see it is here, nothing it is given, so we cannot make magnetite or hematite. Okay. Now we will the third step, not third. Sorry, the fourth step is now after doing till this, we have to go to after this make minerals from top to down. So this is the top quartz, but you know quartz we have to make at the last. So we will start from orthoclase till olivine. Okay. So orthoclase, how much K2 we have? We have 5 K2. So we will make here 5. 5 ratio is 1 ratio 1 ratio 6. So 5 5 30. Okay, 6 5 30. Then Na2. How much Na2 we have? We have 2. This 2 2 2 6 are 12. Then anorthite. How much anorthite means how much CO we have? We have 236, but we have only 240 Al2O3. And out of that we have used this. How much? We have used 7. So left 233. So we will make here 233, which equals to 466, and here also 233. Okay, so it is over. We cannot make leucite, nepheline or corundum because Al2O3, Na2O and K2 is fully used. Okay, and acimide also not because Na2 is fully used here. So left CaO. So 236 minus 233, it is 3. So diopside we will make 3 CaO, 3 SiO2. So now you know the formula of diopside. I hope so you have learned that formula. It's very easy actually when you will do this 6 examples now, so you will easily learn that formula. So once again I will tell you, this is the formula for MgO proportion and FeO proportion in diopside. Okay, and the CO value, MgO value and FeO value is the remaining values of them. So we have 3 CaO value because see 3 here, 3 remaining, because still we haven't made diopside. Okay, we have just written. When we will write here MgO and FeO, then only diopside will be made. So value of CaO is 3, then MgO value is 280. 280 we haven't used MgO anywhere, and FeO value is 1012 minus 3 because we have used 3 here, so it is 109. Okay, so by using this formula we will get the value of MgO proportion and FeO proportion, and that will be equal to 2 and 1. Okay, see it may be some it may come in some after decimal it will be something like 0 0.6 0 0.7, so you can take it as a 2, no problem. Means if it is 1.7, so you can take it as a 2. Okay, so now next Polystronite we cannot make because CO is fully used. Can we make hyperstene? Yes, we have MgO and FeO a lot in a very big amount. So let's calculate how much FeO and MgO we have left out. Okay, so we'll now we got the, after calculation I got the values, that is 108 FeO is left, so I'll write here 108, here also 108, and then of MgO I got, we have used 2, so it is 278. Okay, so here also write 278. So after doing sum of this, so here Al2O3, FeO, MgO, CaO, Na2O, K2O, H2O, H2O we don't use, K2O, TiO2 and MnO, everything is used. But now we have to do sum of this 30 plus 12 from 30 to 278. So when we will do its sum, we will get it's more than 698. So it clearly shows that there is a deficiency of silica. So I told you, when there will be a deficiency, you have to use some formulas. So you have to change some minerals from their other states. So see, when there is silica deficiency rock, so as you can see, when you will do sum of this, it is greater than 698. So now we have to change this rock first from hyperstene to olivine. Okay, so first thing we will do from hyperstene to olivine. Okay, so we will rub this line because now we have to convert this hyperstene to olivine. I am rubbing this everything. Yeah, rubbed. Okay, and now the formula for olivine. So did you guys remember this thing? A formula, case 1, m plus f upon 2 greater, smaller than or equal to silica, then you have to use this formula. If m plus f upon 2 is greater than silica, remaining silica, then we have to make only olivine, there will be no hyperstene. Okay, so just before we have find out here, the FeO remaining value is 108 and MgO value is 278. So I have noted down here values. As you can see, these are the values. The remaining silica values is 184. See, I have rubbed this hyperstene, don't forget. After rubbing that, I had minus 698, minus 30, minus 12, minus 466, minus 3, minus 2 and minus 1. I forgot to write here, sorry. Okay, so 698 minus 30 minus 12 minus 466 minus 3 minus 2 minus 1 will be equal to 184. Okay, so I have written here 184, as you can see here. See, so silica S equals to silica 184, MgO is 278 and FeO is 108. So I have applied this formula, m plus f upon 2. So it is m plus f upon 2. I got 193 and our silica value is 184. So this satisfies our case number 2. It says us if m plus f upon 2 is greater than s, then you have to make olivine. So as you can see, I got the values is 193. Okay, so m plus f upon 2 is 193 and s is 184, so it is clearly greater. So here the case 2 will be applied and we will make only olivine, no hyperstene. Okay, so we will make only olivine, so let's make it. So here it is 108 olivine and here it is 278 MgO. So it will be only half of it, so half of it will be equal to 108. So okay, sorry guys, sorry there I have done a mistake. This is the wrong row and column. This is 108 and this is 278. So the half of it will be 139 and here it is 54. Okay guys, so let's check 30 plus 12. So we have used all FeO and MgO, okay, that was remaining. So we will check once again whether the silica deficiency is satisfied or not. So we will just count it. 30 plus 12 plus 466 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 139 plus 54. So it is 707. Okay, so it is 707. Still it is more than that, more than 698. So as I told you, if silica deficiency rock is not satisfied in the first case. Okay, sorry guys, actually Yeah. So in silica deficiency rock, if it's a rock is silica deficiency, so we have to convert hyperstone to olivine. So we converted hyperstone to olivine, but still we have a silica deficiency. So now our next step is to convert albite to nepheline, as we have converted last time also. So we will do again that, and for that we have the formula also, and this is the formula to convert albite to nepheline. The formula is here, Na2 proportion. So N is here, remaining value of Na2. So first, when we are converting, the first step is we have to rub whatever we are converting. We are converting albite, so we will rub first all the albites, whatever it is written. We will rub this value of 2, here also 2, okay. So now, let me write properly, 30 minus 5, okay. So now again we have to calculate what is the difference between them. So when we will minus all these values now, 30 minus 460, 698 minus 30 minus 466 minus 3 minus 2 minus 1 minus 139 and minus 54, there will be only 3 silica will be left. Okay. So according to this formula, we have 3 silica left. So I will note it down. So the value of S is 3. So the value of S is 3. We have calculated from here 698 minus all these values. Now we want N. So N value is 2 because we have rubbed this albite line full. So N was 2 and it is still there. So N equals to 2. So as we will, when we will put this value, do it like this, okay. So we have to put this value in this formula. So 6N means 6 2s are 12, okay. Then 12 minus 3, which is 9. So 9 divided by 4. So when we divide 4, it's nearly 2.1 something. So we got the Na2 proportion, which is nearly approximately 2. So we have to take it as a 2. So this, that is that we have to take 2 nepheline. We have taken 2 nepheline. And that is also 2, and SiO2 is 2 2s are 4. And now the last one we will check it it's everything is okay or not. So 30 plus 466 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 139 plus 54 is equal to 699, means 698, and we want only 698. So still there is a problem of 1. There is silica is deficiency of 1. So we have to satisfy that. So we will come back again to our formulas. The silica deficiency formula is this. So when there is a silica deficiency rock, we have to first convert hyperstone to olivine. Converted, still we got failed. We haven't got silica. So our silica is not satisfied, is too hungry. Then second, we have converted albite to nepheline. He converted full albite to nepheline. Still he is hungry. So the last one we have is now orthoclase to leucite. So we will make it. So here is our orthoclase, and we have to leucite. So as I told you, the first rule is whenever we have to convert any mineral, first rub that mineral. Okay, this mineral is totally, I will be rubbing it. It is okay. So I have rubbed this mineral, and the formula for leucite is here. Wait a minute, and it came here. Okay, it's the formula. K2O proportion in leucite is 6K minus S upon 2. So K is remaining proportion of K2O, that is 5, because we have rubbed orthoclase, so it is 5 only. And S, we have to find it from here. 698 minus 466 minus 4 minus 3 minus 2 minus 1 minus 139 minus 54. Then we will get. So the value of S is 1. I got the value. So we will use this formula here. S value is 1 and K value is 5, right? So after doing this, applying here formula, we will get 6 5s are 30, and 30 minus 1, that is 29. So 29 divided by 2. Wait a minute, let me check. Yeah. So 29 divided by 2, that will be equal to, okay guys, so actually this is 29, not 1, sorry, it was written by mistake. This is 29, okay. When we will minus 698 minus 466 minus 4 minus 3 minus 2 minus 1 minus 139 minus 54 is equal to remaining value of silica is 29, remaining value of K is 5. Okay, so now using this formula 6K means, let me make it here, this is like this. Okay, this is 6 into 5 minus 29 upon 2. Okay, so this is equal to 1 by 2, and that is equal to 0.5. So this says that we have to use 0.5 K to a proportion. Okay, so we'll be taking here 0.K to a proportion. Where is it? Leave side. It is 0.5. This is also 0.5, and here the SiO2 proportion will be 4. It means 2, means 4 into 0.5, that is 2. And the remaining one, whatever it is remaining, we will make its orthoglaze only. So out of 5, 0.5 is used here. So now we will make again orthoglaze, that is 4.5 will be used in orthoglaze. And here remaining Al2 is Al2O3 is 4.5. Let's put here. And 6 into 4.5, that is equal to 6 into 4.5 is equal to 27. So we will write here 27. And now when we will do sum of 27 plus 466 plus 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 139 plus 54 is equal to 698. And here we are satisfied. We got our silica is now satisfied. His hunger is over now. Okay. So connecting, actually this is the last video of this CiPW norm form. So I will be doing this molecular proportion and Bose norm also. So the fifth step is calculate molecular proportion of minerals. Okay, we have done this. Okay, make minerals from top to down, and after that we have to use all the minerals. And I told you what are the rules and regulation of silica deficiency rock and all. And after that, doing all these things, we have to go to fifth step, that is calculation of molecular proportion of minerals. So smallest mineral proportion upon divided by 1000. So this is molecular proportion, and here smallest number is 4.5. So dividing it by 1000, and here 233 smallest number. So I will divide it by 1000. It is 0.5 divided by 1000. So I will do it fast. So I have done here molecular proportion. Also I have written here it is 0.0045. It is 0.0023. Then it is 0.0005. Then 0.002. Then 0.003. Then 0.002. Then 0.001, then 0.278, then 0.108, and here is the 0.003. So now the sixth step is this calculation of percentage norm, molecular proportion of mineral into molecular weight of mineral. Okay, so this is the molecular proportion of minerals, and this is the molecular weight of minerals. So just we have to multiply this, and I will multiply and calculate it, and I will write it. So I have calculated the values and noted down here. So the first value is 2.5, then 64.5, then 0.22, then 0.57, then 0.35, then 0.2, then 0.13, then 19.46, then 11.02, and then at the last is 0.46. Okay. So now the only one and all the last step is there, which is finding salic group percent and femic group percent. So as it is a 6 part, so all of you are aware of this, is doing sum of it and writing here. So that is equal to 67.79%, 67.79%, and doing sum of all this and writing here, which is 31.62, 31.62%. Okay. And now we will add this and write in the center, that is equal to 99.41%. Okay guys, so this was our example 6 of CiPW norm form. Hope so everyone of you understood everything. Hey guys, so you have successfully completed your part 6 of CiPW norm form. I'm very happy for it, and I enjoyed a lot in this whole 6 video series. So you also enjoyed, hope so, and you have learned CiPW norm form very properly, and you will be you are able to do now any of the CFW norm form if you get. So just write in the comment how are you feeling now. Are you feeling very happy or what? Just comment it. And if you have any doubt or any queries regarding this CFW norm form or regarding calculations or average calculations and all, so you can ask me, and I will suggest you to watch all the videos if you haven't watched all the videos properly and from starting to ending. So please watch all the videos and tell me what you want to see again. Just comment down if you have any topics or anything. Just comment it. I will reply into it. And thank you for watching the video. And don't forget to subscribe the channel and like the video and share with your friends those who want to study CIPW norm form.